Hello, friends. You are listening to Sound Meditation Radio, brought to you by Mind Body Music Center. I'm your host, Andrea Cortez, music therapist and sound meditation teacher. Today, I'm offering a new format for this podcast. I'm putting it up on YouTube. So if you're watching on YouTube, you will see me here in my home space sharing this episode with you. I want to give a thanks out to my patrons, my patrons who have been so supportive. Thank you for being part of this sound medicine community on Patreon. So today we are getting into the episode of how is sound meditation a spiritual practice? This was a struggle for me to come up with the title. Anything spiritual, anything around meditation, yoga has become very trendy recently. And I honestly have a little bit of a difficult time with the trendiness of it. I think that some people get turned away by how it becomes presented in a sort of marketed way, a trendy way. So I will try my best here to discuss this in a way where this feels reachable. In my experience with sound meditation, I have had some very profound experiences with people and groups and individual work that I have done with people and with myself. There's something magical about sound and music and harmony and the instruments that I use in this practice. That magic is it's unexplainable in a way. It's a feeling, a direct experience. But what I want to present is spirituality as an inner resource that you can access through sound. Sound meditation can help you to access that inner resource. So that's where we will go with towards with this episode. So let's dive into this. And I will be going over a little bit of definition of what sound meditation is, the process of sound meditation, and then getting into the spiritual aspects of this practice. Sound meditation is a process of listening deeply, not just to external sounds, but activating internal listening. I love this idea that at some point in your sound meditation, both the inner and the outer merge. And it's not that they weren't this way before, but now you're able to realize there is no definite line between what is outside yourself and what is within you. And you know this by your direct experience. This is a merging of the outer sound and the internal sound. So this could be the ultimate goal of sound meditation, or the ultimate aim of it. Although I wouldn't describe meditation as having any particular ultimate goal, just because the westernized way of thinking will latch onto that. And any goal set then becomes chased with a great amount of effort. Our over effort can lead to tension and too much forward looking. So over effort can crush the process that happens naturally in sound meditation, a natural unfolding, a process of slowly opening, like the petals of a flower that slowly allow the sunlight in. This is the unfolding of sound and vibration over time. And when you can connect to that slow occurrence, then you can be one with the sound. There is no separateness. Okay, so we just dove right into a more profound experience of sound meditation. So, which by the way, this isn't usually an immediate experience when you first begin sound meditations. So let me back up a few steps here. Sound meditation is multi-layered because it is a journey of inner exploration. The first layer of sound meditation is somatic. That is, the listener arrives back to being present in the body. It is common that many of us are not present in our body during the day or aware of physical behavioral habits, how we are breathing, how we are holding stress or tension in certain parts of the body, or how our body reacts to our own thoughts. So what happens first in sound meditation is a reconnection of our attention to our body. This is a cultivation of a mind-body connection when it is practiced regularly. And since sound waves are a movement of physical energy through the space around us, these vibrations can physically interact with our body. This interaction supports us being present in our body. You can feel this more profoundly, of course, if you are in the presence of an instrument being played, but the effects can still come through a speaker with a recording, or especially effective is the use of your own voice. So sound meditation is first a somatic experience. Arriving to your body could mean becoming aware of your breathing, noticing sensations, and moving attention to different parts of the body. The second layer of sound meditation that begins to unfold is the nervous system then responds to sound and can synchronize to sound frequencies. This creates relaxed brainwave activity, which triggers a relaxation response in the entire nervous system. The listener will feel the effects of this. The body relaxes, the breath relaxes, the mind feels more calm, overthinking begins to quiet down. What has become more and more apparent to me is that the majority of people that come for sessions come to experience the first two layers of sound meditation, not because they don't want to go deeper, but so many desperately just need spaces of deep relaxation. They need support of becoming unstressed and support in reconnecting to their body and breathing and self in the present moment. And this process can take a while depending on how their nervous system is regulating itself, or if they have been experiencing chronic stress. This can determine how long it takes for their body to respond to sound and reach a state of deep relaxation. These first two layers of sound meditation are like an introduction into what can be a profoundly transformative and ever-evolving journey with sound. These first layers are essential and vital to moving deeper into sound meditation. We cannot easily gain access to insight, to our inner harmony, to our inner knowing if we are stressed ourselves. Our body and our mind must be relaxed in order to be more receptive to sound and allow it to reveal deeper parts of ourself. Sound meditation offers a path for spiritual experiences. Spiritual being defined as the non-materialistic experience of life. This is the space where we tap into intuition, imagery, inner guidance, and wisdom that exists at a subconscious level, or often that does not get heard. This is spirituality as the experience of the wondrous and expansive beings that we are through the power of our mind and the power of our heart. So whether or not you have a spiritual practice or feel like spirituality is something accessible to you, I want to present this as a very simple idea, basic idea of spirituality as a part of who we are in a non-materialistic aspect of ourselves. So tapping into the aspects of spirituality gives us a relief from a culture that hyper-focuses on material gains. Sound meditation opens the door to spirituality as a resource that exists within us that can help us navigate through life. I believe that sound vibration itself is a key to opening the door to your spiritual self. Through the study of sound, we are now able to see that what an amazing, powerful, creative force it is. We can see this through the images of cymatics that show how sound shapes water into beautiful geometric patterns. We have more of an understanding now that unheard vibrations and frequencies keep our natural world in movement and is a fundamental building block of nature. For thousands of years, sound has been used in traditions around the world to connect to divine and sacred spaces. Sound is vibrational energy. Even at frequencies that we cannot hear with our ears, really is a fundamental part of who we are as human beings, our physical makeup and our energetic makeup. Being able to remember that we are more than a physical body wakes us up to the other aspects of ourself, and this can be a portal to the spiritual self. Sound doesn't just help us remember that, it brings a direct experience of the spiritual aspects of ourself into conscious awareness. When you are receptive to sound, music, and harmony as a sound meditation practice, you can come into resonance with this quality of who you are. So just this idea that we can use sound as a portal to our spiritual self, to the spiritual aspects of who we are. Spiritual being just the non-materialistic view and perspective of who we are. I think it gives us a relief as well, a relief from a world that's so focused on materialism. I think that we are, many of us, searching for deeper spiritual and meaningful experiences that we can have, that can inspire us in our life. If we don't have these, there seem like there's something missing. And I think that the sound and music, it can connect us deeply, even just to this feeling into the heart. So even spirituality could be experiences of connecting to your own heart, connecting to your inner knowing and intuition that resides in your heart. So coming back to this idea of the outer sound merging with the inner sound. I know this may sound very abstract, but if we think about it, in sound meditation, there is an external sound we are listening to, whether it's an instrument or recording, and this is a perceptual process of where we perceive this sound outside of ourselves. But as we go deeper into the meditation, we can come to a point where we realize this perceptual process is happening all within ourselves, and there is a merging, a realization that you are really one with that sound that you are hearing. It becomes very internal. So becoming one with sound is feeling the interconnectedness. It helps to feel connected. I have witnessed this also in sound meditation groups and practices, that becoming one with sound is the feeling of interconnectedness of yourself with the life energy that runs through all the living world. So if we think of sound and vibration as this energy that is this fundamental energy and networked through all the living world, we're plugging into this, and feeling this is an experience of wholeness. So practicing sound meditation, it may take a while to experience these deeper levels. And as I mentioned before, one of the reasons is because we have to get through those first two layers where we are stressed, or where we're experiencing stress, where we're experiencing an overactive mind. We sort of have to break through these first two layers in order to dive deeper. But it is possible, especially with a repeated practice of sound meditation. It's possible to go deeper. It's possible for you to create these experiences yourself, or to listen to sound for meditation and reach these states. This practice is not an escape. It's not an escape from the stressful world. You're not escaping difficult situations. You're tapping into an internal resource and cultivating this inner resource. cultivating means you're growing that strength, making that connection stronger so that you can navigate through what could be a stressful world. So this is not an escape. This is a direct connection in. And sound meditation gives you space to pause and listen. The practice brings you home to yourself, your true and energetically boundless self. Thank you so much for listening and watching this podcast. If you would like to find out more about my recordings and sound meditations, you can find them on the Patreon page. Link is below. And I will see you next time. Thank you.